us tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Tonight, we write a finish to Week 12 with a good Monday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Colts in this matchup. They're the best team in the NFL as far as running the football goes, but they're in for a stern test here.
Yeah, that defense that they're going up against, they're no slouch either. One of the top 5 units in the league. I think this game could boil down to stopping the big play. This offense can certainly hit some home runs, and if they hit on a couple here, it might be all they need to win the game.
Is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out 2-25. As Indy's offense takes the field for the first time, we take a look at Matt Ryan, top 10 all-time in passing yards, playing his first career season outside of Atlanta.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. This defense for the Steelers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
3rd and 2, now Ryan. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Here's Austin. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trey Lance. Here's Lance. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week, 6 catches, 83 yards.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes, stretched, dreamed, going against the last team in the league against the pass.
Yeah.
He expects to catch every one thrown today.
You're right. They have struggled 32 of 32 in that category. He gets it complete to Harris. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. Now let's listen in on the call.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Working from the gun, Lance. Pass complete, George Pickens with it. And he'll be out right at the 35. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up created time and allowed the space to happen. It turned into a really nice play.
And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They run for it with Harris. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Sutton, and the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Harris, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Lance's throw there, hauled in by Claypool. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And some space here. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Colts take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They threw an interception the first time they had the football. Wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 7-0. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll go for it. Lance. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack. On downs. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Now it's Ryan. He'll get this off to Taylor. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Ryan now to throw on third down. Touchdown! Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was all finished off by the Jonathan Taylor touchdown catch. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Again, it's Harris on second down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On third and long, it's Lance. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Lance now on first down. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Coltz TD. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They run again with Harris. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Tackle made by Grover Stewart.
And And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Now Lance. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Ryan to throw. Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. Matt Ryan now 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Colts are able to add on to their first-half lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get...
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds. So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Completion here to Claypool. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Lance now to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Thus far, they've been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down. Looking deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Boswell's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we hit halftime here in Indiana.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. Trey Lance leading his offense out for this next drive.
And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Bobby Okereke running in and bringing him down.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Here we go, set. Red, yellow. White, white. Plastic, stick. Black shot. Ready?
Lance and company going on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now Ryan on 1st down.
Campbell making the catch. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 3rd down, Ryan.
He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes it in for a Coltz score. It's the fullback.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are pouring it on. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And now out come the Steelers.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. On play action, Lance. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, it's Lance. It's complete to Watt. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Here's Lance. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 55 yards. Lance looks to throw again. Again, it's Johnson. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. Back now here on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Harris is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown. So, partner, was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he gets it to go to make this a 35-10 score now. So that drives 7 plays in length. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, it's such a high-stakes scenario. Everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation.
And the ball is free. Taylor lost it. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
The Steelers ready to take over on offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Working from the gun, Lance. Pickens on the slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The quick slant, good for a 1st down, a gain of 12.
Throwing now is Lance. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Steelers first down.
On first down, Lance. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Yellow, blue.
And Lance will try again on second down.
He gets it complete to Harris.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line. And Lance going to throw.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now Lance again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now Lance. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, first and 10 at the 20. He'll start with a give to Taylor. And he's got room. There he goes, right side. 30. 10. 5. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Past midfield, look out. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Steelers.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down,
Here's Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he missed it. It's no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
There is Deontay Johnson as this Steeler offense gets set for this next series. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance. And he fires one incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. The partner under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show.